little bit to what Chris was saying and, talking about working with Hollywood. I want to know how you guys are able to find that balance of keeping your creative vision, but also collaborating with writers and directors and everyone else.
It varies from different productions, but also networks. Carl talks about how on Adult Swim, for the most part, not all the time, but most times, they were able to do what they wanted creatively when it came to the Boondocks. But when he started working on other networks, he noticed he would get pushback. So there's always going to be notes no matter what. Good, bad, or indifferent, there's always notes. But sometimes there are going to be those moments where you're getting a lot more pushback than what you're used to. And that's the part you really have to learn how to pick and choose your battles. Because what happens is if you push back too much when they're trying to take a aspect of your creativity out of the situation, you can become labeled as hard to work with. And then that's when you get into those conversations of being blackballed. That's when you might lose opportunities, get fired, those types of things. So you want to be very, very careful when it comes to actually fighting the networks or whoever's in charge of the final product. You just want to be able to pick and choose those battles because it really can determine your future. Because if you end up playing ball and doing what they want you to do, you might end up being able to work on another project with a bigger budget and things like that. I just wanted to share that with you guys because a lot of people don't know that there's a lot of pitfalls, and a lot of dead ends that they don't warn you about, they don't tell you about. There's no roadmap to this thing called life, but specifically working in Hollywood, it doesn't take much to burn a bridge or get blacklisted and things like that. So you just want to be very careful on how you do it. But at the same time, you still want to keep your soul because there's a lot of people who work in the industry that lose that passion the more and more projects that they worked on and they had less creative control and they don't have the passion that a lot of y'all have in here when it comes to wanting to follow your dreams, wanting to get your projects out there. A lot of times that gets lost once you've been desensitized to the actual process of working on a production. That varies case by case and everyone's situation is different. So just always keep that in mind that that's one of the struggles you have to overcome and deal with if you actually want to work in the industry. And if you just want to be an independent creator that hires people under you, you're sometimes going to have to be that person when you have a co-writer that, you're bringing them along for your project. You might have to tell them, hey, I don't want to do that. Let's do this instead. So the process of collaborating, isn't always easy, but if you're able to come to a compromise, I think that'll always be a match made in heaven.